Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 3 of The Sims 4 Thorne Family. It's year 164 and we're starting out at Xavier&Rhys's, and as you could tell by the little intro card, Maria has joined the household, and that is because Maria and Xavier are getting married today. How exciting. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so everyone's here now, and also the sun is setting, so I think I'm gonna get them married straight away. Ah yes, look at all these people standing up. We love to see it. For this wedding, because I knew it was going to be super casual, I was kind of going for, yes, great, do that right in front of my face. Awesome. Very floral, like kind of rustic, slightly bohemian, but I wasn't really sure what that was, so I'm not going to say that. Oh yeah, don't you love this part where they, like for half an hour, just stand still? He's been doing this since the beginning of time. I mean, I guess while they do that, I'll kind of give a brief overview of the guests. So in this front bench we have the groomsmen and bridesmaid, kind of like, obviously it doesn't exist in The Sims, but whatever. So this is Maria's older sister Carly. This is obviously Rhys, his cousin and neighbor, I guess, like they live with each other. Next row we have Xavier's parents, so Heinrich and Haley. Heinrich is the brother of the queen, and then behind them in the last row we have Xavier's older sister Imogen and younger sister Tahlia. Anyway, then on this side we have these three kids here are Maria's nieces and nephew. They're Carly's children. So we've got Brittany, the oldest, then Zane, the middle child, and then Valeria, I think that's how you pronounce it, as the youngest one. Next row we have Maria's mother, Emmy, and her husband, Nirab. Then we have Maria's biological father, Sean, and Maria's younger brother, Raphael. So yeah, let's try and fix this. Like, I don't know, I'm so sick of this. Am I doing this again or like what? I was gonna do a montage. Okay, who's this guy? Can you not? What the? I was gonna do a montage today, but I thought no, these guys aren't really serious in the family. They're kind of extended family of the actual royal line. So I thought, why not actually film the wedding so we can all relate to the chaos that happens in weddings in The Sims 4. It's actually not been that bad, to be completely honest, but it has been like half an hour. So look, I'm just gonna keep filming them and hope for the best. So I'll see you when they get married. Finally, it's working. They're exchanging their vows. Oh my god, this is actually so cute. Yeah, the height difference doesn't really work here, but still cute nonetheless. Because it was getting kind of late, so I was kind of in a rush. I maybe kind of forgot to bake the cake and the food, so we have no catering right now. So I'm just gonna quickly whip something up and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, all done. Actually, what else should I even do? Maybe I'll go into more detail about Maria's family. So first we have Emmy Price. This is Maria's mum. She's 71 years old. They have a pretty neutral relationship, you know, but Maria has lived with her whole life basically. So she's the main parental figure. In my head, Emmy's very eccentric maybe, super outgoing. Yeah, there we go. Spoke for us. Next up we have Nirab. This is Emmy's husband. They've been together for a while too. I reckon he basically raised Maria and they have a good compatibility, so I think they get along. And he's a bit more quiet, a bit more calm, kind of the opposite to Emmy. And Nirab is actually 54, so there's about a 15 or so year age gap between the two. Next is Sean. So this is Maria's biological dad, as I mentioned before. They have a bad compatibility, so they don't get along. Sean is 55 years old. I don't really know much about Sean, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next we have Carly Price. She's 34 years old, so around 3 years older than Maria. They have a good compatibility. I would say Carly's very like mysterious and intelligent, but not like book smart, just like general intelligence. She works as a bartender and she has 3 kids, as we saw before. Her oldest is Brittany, who's 11, and then her son Zane is 8, and then her youngest daughter Valeria is 4 years old. And then they all have the same dad, but they're not together anymore. And then finally we have Maria's younger brother Raphael. He's 29 and he works as a professor. They have a neutral compatibility. Interestingly though, Xavier met Maria through Raphael, so obviously they're the same age, so they went to the same school, same class, and they became best friends, as well as Rhys. Like, they were all kind of a trio. And then through Raphael, Xavier met Maria, and then the rest is history. Oh yeah, and something I forgot to mention is Maria and Raphael share the same father, Sean, but Carly has a different father, but they all share the same mother. Okay, there's no option to cut the cake right now, so I'm just gonna grab a serving and then pretend we cut the cake. And yeah, I don't think there's much else for me to do today. Just, I think for the rest of the evening I'm gonna get Maria to get to know Xavier's family more. But yeah, so that means I'm gonna end today here. But anyway, tomorrow we'll be at Penelope's because I've just realized failed another semester of uni just super quickly. I totally forgot. You may not even know about Maria if you haven't watched the past episodes, but as you can see, she's an art lover and she's jealous, if you haven't already realized, because she's been attacking Xavier all evening just for talking to like family members. I think that's gonna get a little bit annoying. I'm not really sure how to turn that reaction off, but whatever. She likes video gaming, she dislikes the color orange, cerebral sims, blues music, and also Maria is 31 years old, 2 years older than Xavier. Yeah, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so it's now day 2 of the year 164 and we're at Foxbury Institute with Penelope because today is her last day of class. I also just checked and her final exams were actually yesterday, so who knows how she went. Today I'm just going to try super hard, try and get all her skill levels up, and then I'll catch you back at 6 p.m. to see how she ended up doing. Alright, so it's finally time, the moment we find out if she's suspended or not. She currently has a GPA of a D-, which obviously is terrible, but I think surely if we pass these two, that will be an overall pass. Who knows? Just everyone cross your fingers. All we can do is just hope for the best. Thank goodness. Oh my god, that actually made me so happy. I was not expecting that. Okay, everyone give a round of applause for Penelope. She's done amazing. Okay, that's such a relief. Surely we can finish this degree soon. Anyway, I'm gonna end this here and I'll see you tomorrow at Tahlia's because I've finally finished the house, so we can finally do a house tour. Isn't that so exciting? Just kidding. Welcome to day 3 of the year 164. We're at Tahlia's and today we'll start off with the house tour that we've all, I'm sure, been waiting for. Not. And then also it's actually Christmas Eve today, so I was thinking Tahlia, Imogen and Xavier should go over to their parents' house for like a Christmas Eve dinner, whatever. Can't wait. I wasn't quite sure how to design her house. I think Windenburg itself as a world has a lot of German architecture, and these two townhouses seem like they were built a long time ago, which doesn't really make sense to decorate the interior modern, but that's the vibe that Tahlia is giving. So this is really tricky. I looked at so much inspiration on like Pinterest and stuff, and something that kept coming up was contemporary modern. Don't ask me what that means, but the photos that I saw like looked good, so I tried to recreate those, but I'm not the happiest how this turned out. But I just got so sick of it, like it was taking so long to do and I just couldn't decide on anything. Anyway, enough talking. So as you come into the front door, this is what you see. Then you walk to your right and here's the dining table. It's so hard picking out a dining table. Yeah, I kind of kept the base kitchen and just extended it a little bit, and I added this little coffee station. This is the downstairs bathroom. It's very moody. I do like the tiles a lot. As you'll see later on, I've actually reused those tiles quite a bit. Let's go into the living room now. I'm not the happiest with these paintings, but I genuinely just couldn't find anything better. Here we have the TV unit. That painting thing in the middle is actually the TV, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's all of downstairs. So this is what you see when you walk up the stairs. The plainest room I've ever seen it in my life. First door on the left is Tahlia's room. Very much more warm toned wood and pink. So we've carried the pink over from when she was a teenager. So over the other side there's a little sitting area, as well as the door to the ensuite. So I actually hate this ensuite with a passion. I mean, looking at it now, it's not too bad. I think it's just this divider here that I've put. I just think it's so ugly. Then the first door on the right is the office. Don't ask why there's a printer there. It's not functional at all, so don't get too excited, but it just takes up space on the desk. Then on this side we've got a little seat thing, don't know, and a bookshelf. Then the middle room on the right is the bathroom. This room has a bathtub, doesn't have a shower. I'm kind of loving this sink situation here. I love how this comes in a little bit and it overlaps the bathtub. And we've got this tile again, no surprises there. So that's the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, so it's now 8 p.m. and we finally made it to Heinrich and Haley's. Also, it looks like Santa's showed up. Yep, some more black photos, love it. And I've missed Holly so much, she's just the cutest. Soccer ball. Okay. You know, like, I guess he doesn't really know her that well, and like, that makes sense. I don't know. Oh, so it's popped up a new personality trait. Tahlia has become more and more doubtful and questioning. Skeptical or not, is it too much to apply some healthy reasoning to things? Okay. You know what? I absolutely think this is Tahlia. In my head, Tahlia is very introspective and she doesn't really express her feelings a lot, like she's very withdrawn. So she's not getting that external, I guess, validation like you naturally would become skeptical of everything. I don't know. I feel like you have to be a little bit skeptical anyway if you're a scientist, so I feel like this fits her. Okay, enough talking. They're eating dinner now at 9:40 p.m. What? So I don't think there's anything else I'm wanting to do, so I might actually just end today here. But that means tomorrow's Christmas Day, so we'll be at Brett's and I'll see you then. Merry Christmas everyone, and welcome to day 4 of the year 164. As you can see, we're at Brett's because this evening we'll be having one of our family traditions, which is the Christmas party, I guess, where the entire Thorne family get together. So it's going to be a bit chaotic, mainly for me, probably not so much for you. But yeah, let's get on with it. Alright, so everyone's here now. It's super late. Even baby Will is here despite it being 9:30, which is not good, but we're just going to have to ignore it. Okay, so they're now eating, and surprisingly, they've actually been really well behaved today. They're all sitting in their seats, they're all just talking normally, they're all eating at the dinner table. What have I done to deserve this? Oh my goodness. This family has gotten so big though. There's 16. What on earth? Anyway, I think after they finished eating, they're gonna open presents and then just chill out. Have like a few drinks maybe and like dance a little bit. I don't know, that's what they usually do. Actually, Will's getting like pretty tired and upset, so I think I'm gonna give him his gift. I got Will this koala, which I thought was cute. I've never given a gift to an infant before. Like, how does this even work? Oh, that's so adorable. That's actually so cute. Look how small he is. He's actually a very cute infant. I mean, they all look the same, but I don't know, Will's just special. I've never had 13 people open presents for at the same time, so this might end really badly. Okay, yeah, so this isn't working, but that's okay. So over here we have Heinrich and Sadie just talking to each other, and their partners are talking to each other too. Then in this room we actually have all the cousins here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just missing Jasper because he had to go home with Isabel and Will. And then we also have Maria here too. And then I'm not sure where Uzi and Crystal are. Oh my god, just kidding, they're in the hot tub. Okay, sorry about that. Oh my god, do you see that? They're opening presents. Okay, maybe I just had to wait like an hour. Oh, I think Brett's opening his now. Let's see what he gets. Porcelain Pow. What the hell is that? What on earth? Okay, so Santa's calling him a pig, basically. Fair enough. He actually did cheat on Lara when they were a lot younger, so I'd say he's a pig too. That's cute. This is like a good ending. I'm glad they were able to work it out with the presents. I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow at Uzi's for Will's birthday. Welcome to the 5th and final day of the year 164, and today we're at Uzi's because it's baby Will's birthday. I'm not doing a birthday party, I'm just doing everyone that lives here right now, so his parents and his grandparents. But yeah, let's do it. So I'm just reminding myself of his traits, them being sensitive. He's inherited low self-esteem from his dad. I think he inherited this from his mum. He also hates wake up time, he's a picky eater, and he's a happy spitter. So I'm thinking we need to go either fussy or clingy. I think I'm leaning towards fussy, but you know what we should do? Maybe we should randomize it, and whichever one of the two comes up first, we should pick that one. Let's have William blow out candles. Whoa, look at that hair. Okay, I'm gonna randomize it once. Oh my god, stop. Okay. No, I was hoping this wouldn't happen. I think it's just a sign. The first randomized trait was clingy, so he would get that trait if we weren't in control. So I'm actually just gonna say he's clingy. Done. I can't get over his hair though. Infant Will had super curly hair like his grandma, Crystal, and Jasper has pretty curly hair himself, so probably similar to Crystal's actually. So I thought he was gonna have curly hair. There's a slight curl to it, but it's more wavy like Isabel. Anywho, oh yeah, let's open his presents. Oh, here he comes. Oh, it's so good that he can walk now. Whoa, he got a TV. He's only 3, what the heck? We ticked off the one thing on our to-do list today, so I'm actually going to end this here, which means today's episode is over. The year 164 has come to an end. It's felt like a really long one because there were no montages this episode, which is so bizarre for me. But that meant that I was speaking the entire episode, and I think that kind of drains everyone a little bit, so I apologize for that. Maybe I'll do 2 montages next year to make up for it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.